Hello everyone. In today's video, we're gonna talk about accounting and bookkeeping for telecommunications industry. This will be the few topics that we're gonna cover in this video. So let's start with the revenue recognition. In revenue recognition, we have seen that telecommunication mostly have some complex revenue streams that will include they've been providing you phone plans like your data plans or data usage and anything like that, and they also provide you equipment sales. They provide you talk times. Mostly telecommunications provide you many kinds of services, and these services have the if the services are different, then the revenues are different. So in revenue recognition, you have to recognize all the streams of the revenue and all the categories of the revenue, and you will need to record them properly. And then next is subscriber data. In this, you will need to keep accurate record of the number of the subscribers that you have on your plan and their plans. What are the plans they are taking? 399, 499, 599. What are the plans that they are taking, and their usage pattern? What are their usage pattern? When they use mostly data, on what time of the day? If they are using mostly data at the night time, what this kind of patterns are there. These are certain kinds of patterns. Then you need to recognize this usage patterns of their and their billing information, their names, their contacts, or their addresses. You need to record all these things properly. This data is the backbone of the revenue generation as the customer relation management, which now let's talk about account payable and receivable. In this, you will need to track and manage the payments from the customers, that the customers are paying you timely, and also you will need to make sure that you pay to your vendors or you pay to your suppliers timely. So this is very fundamental thing. Okay. And in this, you will need to do a proper accounting of your accounts payable and accounts receivable to make sure that your business has been very stable, and there is a certain amount of financial stability when it comes to payable and receivable. Next is expense management. In expense management, your companies must be having various types of expenses. This will include your infrastructure, your maintenance of that particular infrastructure. If it's telecommunication, there are many employees that been working for you. Then there are employee salaries, and you need to do certain kind of marketing strategies, or you will need to do certain kind of marketing to show that your company been providing this kind of services. So this will all be included in your expenses management. And also the technology investment that you've been doing. If you are you're creating or inventing some new kind of technology related to your telecommunications business, then this all will be categorized as per your expenses. And you need to categorize what expenses that you have been doing. Like if it's marketing, it's infrastructure, you need to categorize all these things or all these streams of your expenses. So this will give you a proper financial planning, and this will also help you to do a proper tax purposes. So let's touch base the inventory management. If your company sales devices like smartphones or other telecommunication equipments, then it is very important to manage all these inventory things. Okay, so this will include to track the cost of goods that you have sold. This will also include the managing cost levels. So all these things is very necessary when it comes to a telecommunication industry, and you will need to maintain your inventory as per that. Next is regulatory compliance. So in regulatory compliance, you will need to comply with the industry specific regulations and the standards, and this is very crucial. So let's talk about taxation. Telecommunication industries are often provide services in many countries. Okay, so they have to operate in multiple jurisdictions, and each jurisdiction has its own laws and its own terms and conditions. So this will need a proper tax accounting, including their sales tax, their corporate income tax, and any international tax amplifications that are been regulate on them. Okay, so it is very necessary to do financial reporting for all this. Depreciation and amortization. In telecommunication industries, they have certain amount of substantial investment in infrastructure and technology, and you will need to properly account the depreciation of the assets and the amortization of these assets, and it is very necessary because this will reflect the decreasing value of that particular assets over the time. Next, let's touch base the cash flow management. In cash flow management, you have to maintain a healthy cash flow. So this will include the inflows and the outflows of the cash that you are having. Okay, and you have to monitor all these cash flow statement, and also this will help you to manage your short terms and long terms financial obligations. Data security. In data security, you have to make sure the security of your financial data is done very nicely. Okay, you need to implement some robust cybersecurity measures to protect your sensitive informations, and to help you to save your data from unauthorized accesses and breaches. So every industry has some key performance indicator that shows the track success and growth of that particular industry. So here we'll talk about some of the key performance indicator that measures the growth and track success of telecommunication industry. The first indicator is the average revenue per user. Okay, this indicator will measure the average monthly revenue that been generated from a subscriber. Next is customer acquisition cost. This indicator will measure the cost of acquiring your new customers through, if you are doing it through some marketings, or if you are doing it through some other sales expenses, that all will be included in this indicator. Next is average revenue per unit. This indicator focuses on revenue per unit. What is the revenue that you have been making on a unit? Next is network quality and performance. This indicator will calculate the metrics related to your network uptime, your latency, and the data speeds that you are having at your network. Okay. Next is data usage indicator. This indicator will monitor the amount of data that been consumed by the customers. Okay, so this is very essential when it comes to your pricing strategies. Next is customer satisfaction and net promoter score. This indicator will measure the amount of the customer that been satisfied by your services, and what are the happy customers that you are having. Average handling time. This indicator will measure the average time it takes to resolve any customer issue that are facing problems. Next is a revenue growth indicator. This indicator will track the year over year or the quarter over quarter revenue growth of your company. This is a very fundamental company, okay, to access your company's financial performance. Next is operating margin. This indicator will measure the percentage of the revenue that remains after deducting your operating expenses. Next is subscribers growth. This indicator will track the growth in the number of the subscribers. How much subscriber that been joining your company or your services. This is very essential for evaluating your company's ability to expand the customer base. And here at Meru, we provide all this accounting and bookkeeping services for the telecommunication industry. We have a team of experts that use streamline process and streamline softwares to do this accounting and bookkeeping services. So that was all for the accounting and bookkeeping for telecommunication industry. Welcome and have a nice day.